And how's it going, guys and girls? It's me, Adonko, looking welcome to my channel, and yet again we are here to play the second episode. We are here for the second episode of DDLC, the True Literature Club. We are now going to the last one. Not the last one, we're going to the next story. Now we're going to do Natsuki. You can use skip button to fast forward. Yeah, I know. Natsuki. If you start Natsuki's road, it's the same as the original too. Then just skip to the new content. You and Natsuki make cupcakes together and she is now getting ready to leave. Okay, besides, when my dad cooks I need to eat as much as I can. This seems a bit odd to me. I mean, I got the feeling that Natsuki dad was strict, but this sounds like something else. No shit, Sherlock. Elaborate. Suddenly Natsuki gets a surprised tense look on her face. Her eyes are still on the cupcake tray. Hey! She reaches out on the cupcake nearest one that I wrote birthday on. What? How did you know? Huh? Know what? Natsuki seems to realize that I don't know what she's talking about and puts the cupcake back. Huh, never mind. It was your suggestion, Rama. You said Noozle writing happy birthday or whatever? It was kind of just writing random words, to be honest. Oh, right. Natsuki seems mad at herself for the outburst. Natsuki, is it your birthday today? Natsuki looks irritated. No, it's not. It was on Thursday. Oh. Well, happy belated birthday. For some reason this seems to make her more irritated. She says through her gritted teeth. Thanks. It's just another reminder that I'm still the youngest one in the room. Oh, That's not necessarily it. Let's see if I got this straight. What's the matter with being youngest or oldest? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, meh, it's just age, just numbers. Either way, I got a feeling that this is a sensitive topic for her. Maybe I shouldn't press her any further about it, but on the other hand, I think I'm pretty good at handling her temper by now. Does anyone else in the club know? I just don't want anyone making a big deal out of it, okay? I can just picture it. Monica and Yuri would put on some big display of affection and Yuri would pretend to not hate me for the day. It would all be so fake and just, no thanks. I just wish my dad hadn't forgotten. That kind of came out of nowhere. I kind of sensed the underneath Natsuki's hostility. That is a source of some pain for her. Does he do that a lot? Huh? Well, you know. He's just been going through a rough time for a while. I mean, I'm still pretty mad at him, but he's all that I've got. So I don't hold it against him, not really. What about your mom? She's not around anymore. For the first time it occurs to me that Natsuki has never talked about her mother. I stammer awkwardly. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you lost her. More like she lost us. I have no idea what Natsuki means like that. Things used to be so much better, like we were happy, my parents and me. I wish I knew what went wrong. We all loved each other and then one day just left for another guy. And I never saw her again. It's like my dad's been constantly angry ever since. Every day's another stupid fight. Dumb stuff like what I'm wearing, what friends I spend time with. I don't dare keep my manga around the house. He would probably think it's too childish or girly or whatever. Or he'll ask stupid questions if I'm gay or... I'm not gay. I like boys, okay? So never mind. Natsuki blushes furiously. Anyways, it's always some excuse to start a fight. I just try to avoid them most of the time. The literature club is a good excuse to stay out of the house. Natsuki sings, looking downcast. Anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Don't really expect you to care. I get a feeling that Natsuki doesn't usually talk about this sort of things, or perhaps ever. Well, the reason you're telling me this is probably the most obvious, because you want to. I mean, it sounds like you've wanted to talk to someone about it for a while. I guess. Don't really have anyone to talk to about it. My dad would just say that I can't count on anyone. He likes to remind me about that a lot, and I mean, I know it's a load of bullcrap. I know he's just saying it because he's angry, but it's also kind of hard to ignore. Like, Mom and Dad were as close as two people could be. And it's like, no matter how loving someone is, they still let you down. How can I trust anyone when... Well, anyway, I guess what I'm saying is that it's really hard to find people to trust, so... Natsuki mumbles. Thank you, for being a good listener. For an instant it feels like Natsuki is letting her guard down and showing her real vulnerability. It's only for an instant though, so you'd better not let me down, Luke, or I'll really beat the crap out of you. Okay, I get it. I'll add that to your list of threats against me. Yeah, that's right, you better fear me. I'll consider myself warned. And I just want to say, for what it's worth, I'm sorry to hear about the trouble you had with your dad. Sounds pretty frustrating to deal with. It is, but it's not so bad, really. Honestly, I can handle it when he gets like that. I mean, usually, Natsuki's confidence seems to falter. It's just sometimes he... Well, okay, this is gonna sound kinda bad. I think I know what Natsuki is trying to say. Don't know how to say except to just say it. Does he beat you? What? No. Jeez, what the hell? What the hell do people think I'm being abused or something? No, my dad doesn't beat me, okay? Embarrassed, I stammer. Oh, well, I rally my thoughts. Didn't you say the other day that he would kill you if he had a guy over? Yeah, well, I didn't mean it like that. I just don't want anyone to see him on his bad days. Because on his worst days, he gets really sad. Like, he just sort of shut down. You can't really reach him when he gets like that. It's like he lives on his own head. Kind of like what Yuri does when... Now that I think about it. Only with him, he just stops being able to function. He forgets to eat. He forgets to feed me. It makes it really important to catch him on good days like today, when I can count on him for a meal. I think despite everything, he still misses Mom. And in some ways... Natsuki seems unable to make eye contact, but I can see tears forming in her eyes. It's worse seeing him like that than on any of his more angry days. There's a lot more emotion than I'm used to seeing from Natsuki. I'm not sure how to respond. If he isn't feeling her, that does sound pretty bad. I hesitantly put my hand on her shoulder in what I hope it's a reassuring way. I'm mildly surprised when she doesn't resist or pull away. Is that what happened on your birthday? I still avoiding my gaze Natsuki dots. That sort of thing. It's kind of why I got into baking. I mean, I kind of figured I should learn how to cook after a while. You know, since I can't always count on him to do it. Well, I have to eat. And you know, Natsuki, you said before that he isn't abusing you, but if he isn't feeding you, isn't that kind of abuse? Suddenly Natsuki roughly pushing my hand away. Then she speaks. There's coldness I've never heard before. This is why I never talk about this. You think the first person to tell me he's abusing me? Are you gonna tell me I should report him, huh? Well, no, I mean, if I get it taken away from him, what's then? I'll just be someone else to abandon him. I'm not doing that to him. I mean, he's in pain, he's a pain in the ass, but he's still my dad. I still care about him. Don't really expect you to understand. I thought I was used to Natsuki's temper. This feels like something else. There's a fierceness to her, like she would very much like to kill anyone who defies her. Didn't expect her to get so defensive for someone who she's supposedly mad at. What I've gotten myself into. Should I drop it? I just don't know. I kind of feel like if I don't talk right now, I'll never be able to talk about it again. In any case, I quickly glance around and make sure there's nothing she could use as a weapon before I continue. Okay, we won't that's fine. But what do you want to do instead? Natsuki continues glowering at me, but doesn't seem to have an answer. Anyway, you don't have to be alone in this, you know. I mean, it sounds like this has been troubling you for a while. Have you considered sharing it with your friends in the club? Natsuki makes a grumbling noise. Yada yada. Looks like a Mexican novel. They don't ever take me seriously. They just see me as a cute little kid. I couldn't possibly tell any of them. I'm in a literature club full of people who judge books by their covers. There's a word for that, right? Irony? Yeah, that one. You would think that at least Yuri would be able to see the irony in that, freaking stuck up. Natsuki grumbles some more under her breath. Well, you know, you might be surprised. They could be more sympathetic than you expect if you give them a chance. Even Yuri. I mean, aren't you kind of judging them by their cover right now? What would you know about that? Well, it's kind of the theme of a manga I'm reading lately. And, I trail off. Natsuki perks up a bit when I mention manga, but somehow I still don't quite feel ready to share how into it I am. Well, anyway, if you don't feel like turning anyone else, I would still like to help if I can. I mean, if you'll accept my help. Why do you even care? Because in the past few days you've kind of grown on me. I mean, when I first met you, well, to be honest, I thought you were a real jerk. But now that I know you a bit better, I know that there's a lot of more to you than what meets the eye. You think and feel more deeply than people give you credit for. I see it in your poetry and I see it in how loyal you are to people you care about. You're not just cute like people think and say. I know you've got a big heart. And well, it just makes me feel bad seeing you go through such a hard time, because you don't deserve it. Natsuki mumbles, why do you have to make it so hard to hate you? She says it so quietly I'm not sure if I heard her correctly. What was that? I said, you're less of a jerk than I thought to. Oh, thanks. I don't know what to do instead. I mean about my dad. He's kind of getting to me. Having to deal with him just puts me in a bad mood every day. I don't mean to be this angry all the time. I don't want to be like this. Could have fooled me. I mean that jokingly, but that might have been the wrong time to say that. Sorry, I was kidding. No, that's fine. I'm sorry for giving you such a hard time. You're being nice to me. You probably don't deserve it. What are friends for? Friends? Well, yeah. I mean, you look like you could really use a friend right now. Yeah, I could. Well, you're welcome to come over anytime your dad is being difficult. Or if you just need to spend time away from home. I'm sure you can stay here for dinner too if you like. Really? Yeah, I'd like to help you feel more comfortable. Natsuki abruptly moves towards me. I instinctively brace myself for her to get violent or something, but instead she gives me a big hug. That's not natural. Your head hits my chest almost hard enough to knock the wind out of me. Her arms wrap around me with surprising strength, and I feel her small hands gripping the back of my shirt. Thank you. I awkwardly hug her in return. She's so small, she almost seems to disappear into my arms, and it makes me feel like I want to protect her from everything she's going through. We stand like that for a moment. The tension that was in the air a moment ago slowly dissipates. When we finally release each other, she looks like a little flushed, but a lot more relaxed. Natsuki, are you wearing a wig? I couldn't help noticing something odd about the texture of her hair while I was holding her. Well, of course, you think that pink is my natural hair color? Don't be stupid. So much for being friendly. Okay, geez, sorry, just caught me by surprise, that's all. It's kind of supposed to be a secret, you see, my dad. What about your dad? Never mind. Natsuki suddenly looks very anxious. Okay, fine, I won't tell anyone. I really don't see what the big deal is, though. I mean, it's just a wig. It is not just that. She seems more anxious than ever. Her breathing becomes quick, with shallow breaths. I have no idea why this is so upsetting to her, but I figure I should try to help her down. Here, that's it. I gesture towards the kitchen table. She wordlessly takes a seat on one of the chairs, and I join her on the other side of the table. She doesn't look any less anxious. It's about your dad, isn't it? No. Yes, kind of. It's very strange to see her like this. Her usual default reaction when she gets upset is to get angry, but this is different. She actually looks scared. Whatever it is, you can talk to me about it. I'll stand by my promise that I won't report him, if that's what you're worried about. We can figure out what to do together. Well, some things, once you say them, they can't be unsaid, and I don't want anyone to find out about this. Well, I can't keep a secret. I mean, I'm kind of a loner anyway. Who would I tell? Natsuki manages a small smile at that. Yeah, I guess you're right. But you have to promise not to tell anyone, okay? And that you're not gonna freak out or anything. I promise, whatever it is, my lips are sealed. Okay, it's hard to me. I've never told anyone that before. My dad, he doesn't. Natsuki takes a deep breath. My dad doesn't know that I'm a girl. Hold up. Wait a minute. How fucking blind do you need to see? No, wait. How fucking blind do you need to be? What about the school uniform? It's literally a blue skirt with a brown blazer. Doesn't he thinks it's kind of weird that a boy would wear a skirt when the boy's uniform is it's blue jeans with a brown. Listen, I take it people take like what they want on the DDLC modes and stuff. But goddamn, you went too off script. Like, oh come on. I'm liking the story so far. It was good until she said, "My dad doesn't know that I'm a girl. What would he think you are? A dog? God damn!" Natsuki gazes at me tensely, silently. She looks like she's waiting for my response, but I don't have a clue how to respond. He doesn't know she's a girl? What? But he's her father. That doesn't make any sense. Well, I kind of just promised that I would handle this calmly, so I would better say something. He doesn't know you're a girl. Natsuki nods. How is that possible? Well, he's never seen me in a skirt, and he's never seen my wig. And I only wear boy clothes when I'm at home. So you never... So you... But you wear a skirt every day. Yeah, every day. I change my clothes on the way to school. And I change them back on the way home. And he doesn't know about this? Natsuki nods again. I can't imagine how someone could keep a secret like that. She is still looking anxious and she visibly braces herself before speaking again. Do you have any other questions? I'm still processing all of this. Lots. I just don't know where to begin. You're not upset or anything, are you? No, I'm just confused. I mean, your dad thinks you're a boy. The concept is utterly baffling to me. Well, yeah, I mean... do I really have to say it? Excuse me, what? Fanfiction is getting out of hand. Fanfiction is something, but this is something else. I'm trans, okay? Jeez, you get me down sometimes. Sorry, just never met a trans person before. Pfft, how would you know? You didn't even know I was one. Guess I never really thought about that. So, how long have you been doing this? Since I started high school. I kind of took advantage of a couple of my dad's bad days. He didn't want to bother helping me buy my school uniform. He just gave me money and sent me out. So I bought the two of them. One boy's uniform and one girl's uniform. He's only ever seen me in the boys' one while I'm at home. He doesn't know about the girls' one. And he was so distant he didn't notice that I changed my name on school enrollment form. So the school doesn't know that you're different at home. Nobody knows. Wow. You would better not blab about it, anyone. I mean it. Okay, fine, but why? Why are you doing all this, Natsuki? Well, I just don't know if I can explain it. It's like looking in the mirror and seeing a stranger. Like the image I'm seeing doesn't match with the way I feel inside. It just feels wrong on a deep level. Okay, this I can understand. Like, trans people often change their sex because they usually don't feel well with what they are right now. Imagine like a guy that changes to a girl. It's because he doesn't feel right being a guy, so he changes to a girl. That's where he feels comfort. In the same way as a girl changing to a guy, it's because she doesn't feel right being a girl, so she changes to a guy and she feels comfort in that. I can understand that. It's a matter of feeling good, not feeling good. God, how do I explain this well? I don't want to say shit and get targeted by the LGBTQ plus community, but explaining it like superficially, it's a way to feel well with yourself, like to feel good with yourself, with what you are. It's not just because he thought one day, oh, might as well be a girl. What about that? Never thought about that. Maybe be fun. Like, no, it's more like a matter of you feel well with what you are right now or not. At least that's my intake. That's my opinion. It's worth what it's worth, so meh. Anyway, it just feels wrong on a deeper level. But when I put on the wig and the skirt, it feels like me. Like I'm finally the way I was supposed to be. I know that probably sounds weird. Well, if that's the way you feel, then you do what you have to do, right? So it kind of makes sense, I guess. Have you been this way your whole life? Asking nods again, for as long as I can remember. I never fit in with the boys at school. I always knew I was different. But it wasn't until high school that I had a chance to do something about it. Since my dad was so like he is, I kind of had to do things myself anyway. It helps that I'm short, but I kind of wish I wasn't so, you know? Natsuki looks embarrassed. Flat. Anyways. That's the real reason I dress so cute. I don't really want to, but it's the only way I know to make sure people know what I am. But why is it so important to keep all this a secret? Are you kidding me? I have a hard time in getting people to take me seriously as it is. Have you ever seen how trans people are treated in movies or TV? You don't need to go so far in schools, actually. Yeah, the bullying is real. Yeah, I get what you mean. They treat it like a joke. That's not how I want people to see me. And besides my dad, Natsuki seems to have difficulty speaking. She takes some deep breaths and steady herself before trying again. One time, I was in my room at home, and I was putting ribbons in my hair. I just wanted to look pretty at home for once. And he walked in and saw me, and I've never seen him so angry. He was standing over me, like an inch away, and he was yelling at me, yelling nasty things about he didn't want a gay boy in the house. Except he didn't say gay boy, he used a bad word. Oh. He didn't use gay boy, he used the worst word. What could that possibly be? It's a word, it's taboo, it's just like the N-word. It's a word that shouldn't be said. Either way, I thought he was going to hit me. He looked like he wanted to. I was scared, I was so scared. I'm still scared. That's how he reacted to the ribbons. To freaking ribbons. Don't know what he would do if he saw me like this. Don't want to find out. Oh, wow, that sounds pretty bad. Yeah, I guess it does. I don't want to admit how bad it is. I hate having to pretend to be a boy around him. I hate when it calls me by my old name. And I hate that I have to deal with any of this, just because some doctor wrote mail on my birth certificate. Well, it's just a stupid piece of paper. I know what I am. Living as a girl at school has been the best thing I have ever done. It was scary as hell the first days, worrying if anyone would notice. But I could finally have people see me as I see myself. But that awesome experience always comes to an end of each day. When I have to change back to my disguise that I wear at home. There's some irony in what I have dressed up to be myself. I joined the literature club so I could stay after school longer. Don't even really read books. But it gives me a great place to hide out and feel safe as myself. Not to mention the place to build up my manga collection where my dad won't see it. I recall how much pink is on the covers of Natsuki collection of perfect girls. And I can understand why she would want to keep them hidden. So, I hope you're not weirded out by any of this or anything. She has a look of worry mingled with hope on her face. Well, it doesn't really change anything, does it? I mean, I've only ever known you as a girl, and as far as I'm concerned, you're still a girl, so whatever. I shrug. This time, I make Natsuki relax considerably. She starts to tentatively raise her hand. And with decisive motion, she reaches across the table to give me a hand squeeze. Thank you. She immediately looks flushed and withdraws her hand again. I mean, it feels good to finally be able to share it with someone. It's been kind of stressful keeping this secret for so many months. I keep worrying that someone's gonna find out and make fun of me or worse. So, thanks for being cool about it. I don't really have a choice. You would beat me up if I wasn't. Yeah, don't you forget it. She showed me the first genuine smile I've ever seen on her face since the hug earlier. But the smile slips away. I can't report him, no matter how scared I get. If they investigate, they might find out about me. Oh, so that's why she doesn't want to report. That shit was bullshit. They might tell the school. I don't know if I get the chance to live as a girl again. And I can't really go back pretending to be a boy full time. It was hard enough the first time around. And I guess that does make things difficult. I'm sorry, Natsuki, that sounds rough. I wish there was some easy solution. Me too. Oh, well, at least it won't be like this forever. I mean, someday hopefully you'll be able to move out and live however you want, right? Yeah, that's the kind of thing that keeps me going. I would love to have a closet full of girl clothes someday. Right now I just have these and the uniform, and I have to hide them all the time. Who knows, might even come out to my dad someday if I'm ever distant enough to feel safe doing it. It feels so far away right now, but I know I'll get there someday. Well, anyway, thanks again for listening, but now I really do have to go. My dad's gonna have dinner ready soon and I don't want him wondering where I am. She stands up and so do I. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. Don't worry about it. I won't let her eat any. I wish she would listen to me the same way she listens to you. Once Natsuki is packed up, I walked her to the door. Good work today. Can't wait to see everyone's reactions to the cupcakes tomorrow. Yeah, it'll be awesome. And I meant what I said earlier. Whenever you want, you can come over. We can read manga or go somewhere. Anytime you need to get out of the house for a bit, you know. Reading manga together would be nice. Natsuki suddenly jabs me in the shoulder with her fist. But if you're trying to get another hug out of me, you're gonna have to work for it. Okay. Had fun today, look. Let's do this again sometime. Sure thing. She gives me a big smile and then turns to leave, skipping down the street as she goes. Huh. That was something. That truly was something. I can't get my head around of what it was, but it was something for sure. How much of a something that was. The much something that was, it's unexplainable. Okay. It's the day of the festival. I gathered the cupcakes together. I sent Sayori my usual wake up dummy text. Shortly after, she texts back 5 more minutes. I've had enough experience of her 5 more minutes text to know I'm going to be waiting forever for her. I had been hoping to get her help carrying the cupcakes, but I find that with some careful stacking, making sure not to smudge the icing, I can do it on my own. I text her back low, no, I'll meet her at the festival. Yeah. As I walk through the school, I see all the various clubs setting up for the festival. I pass by the anime club, where it looks like they are set up a marathon of my favorite anime. I would love to stay and watch, but I really need to deliver these cupcakes into our club room. As I enter the club room, the first thing I notice is a sweet flowery smell filling the air. The windows have been covered in black paper for atmospheric effect. I wish I could skip, but it seems I can't. Monica is laying out pamphlets on each of the desks. Yuri is taking advantage of her height to hang up a colorful banner at the front of the room. The message on the banner says literature is luxury. Fiction is a necessity. Look, here, let me give you a hand with those. Natsuki takes one of the cupcake trays and starts arranging the cupcakes on the decorative platters that she brought. The visual effect of having them all laid out is quite stunning. I did my best not to mess up the icing on the way here. Well, they are all still readable, so good job. I may have gotten a bit of icing on my finger though. I hold up the icing covered finger while smiling pointedly at her. You better not try it. Natsuki quickly glances around to make sure no one is seeing this. You're gonna lick at the icing off your own damn finger this time. If you insist. Lick the icing off slowly while maintaining unbroken eye contact with Natsuki. She seems too stunned to do anything more than just stand there blushing. Uh-huh. You're showing her what you can do. Interesting. She seems torn between wanting to yell at me and wanting to avoid drawing anyone's attention to us. She speaks in a harsh whisper. You're still gross. And you're still fun to tease. She tries to give me a shove, but I'm ready for her and dodge out of the way. She just ends up stumbling awkwardly and making a lot of noise. Is everything okay over here? Fine, everything's fine. Okay then. Monica turns away to help Yuri with something, but I'm pretty sure it's just an excuse to leave us alone. She had to have seen how red Natsuki's face has gotten. Cupcakes! I don't think anyone saw Sayori come in, but Natsuki seems to welcome the distraction. She quickly plants herself directly between Sayori and the cupcakes. No you don't. These cupcakes are for guests. Yeah, we worked hard on these. Don't mess them up, dummy. Okay. They really look nice to look at, though. So many colors like happy little rainbows. It's good to see Sayori so cheerful again. I guess last Friday really was just one-time thing. Oh, was it? Sure. Sayori, good. Now we're all here. Okay, everyone. I hope you all are ready to perform your poems. Sayori and Natsuki seem to brighten up at the prospect of sharing poems. I see Yuri shudder in response. She's standing in the doorway, hanging some kind of curtain with ribbons and paper. As president, I think it makes more sense for me to go first, so I'll go first. Natsuki looks bemused. Very well then, that works out fine for me. That will give me time to and the chance to greet visitors. Speaking of which, looks like we have our first guest at the door. Monica goes to greet them. Hi there, come in. Welcome to the literature club. Have a cupcake. Why? Monica introduces herself and invites people to sit down for the performance. I guess that means it's time for Natsuki to recite her poem. Good luck, Natsuki, she whispers. Who needs luck? And with a smile she moves to the podium at the front of the room. As she recites her poem, there's an energy in her voice that wasn't there when she performed for us on Thursday. She becomes more animated, seemingly directed to the new people coming in, even stepping away from the podium to assume a cute feminine pose to accentuate key parts of the poem. When she is done, she gives an exaggerated courtesy in response to the applause. Damn, grilled cheese is so good. Anyways, afterwards, she strides confidently to the audience to sit next to me. That's how the pros do. Monica carries on with the introductions and moving the performance along with, but my attention is occupied with Natsuki as we carry on our whispered conversation. I thought you hated looking cute. Well, you know, after we talked the other day, I did some thinking. Maybe being cute isn't such a bad thing after all. It's another chance to prove that I'm worth more than I look. And if people see me as cute, then screw it. I'll embrace my cuteness. I'm cute and proud of it. That you are, Natsuki. So, about what you said yesterday. Which part? You know, about us getting together through the banger. Can I come over after the festival? I would kind of like to see your collection. Well, I don't know if you'd be into the stuff that I'm into. Yeah, come on, you've seen mine. It's only fair if I see yours. We're still talking about manga, right? Holy shit, no, that was a good one. That was a banger. Natsuki elbows me hard in the ribs. Don't be gross, I'm being serious. Alright, yeah, sure, reading manga together sounds like fun. Yeah, you're darn right it will be fun, so you'd better look forward to it. The rest of the festival carries on, but it's all just a blur to me. I find myself reflecting on that moment, and not just because of my bruised ribs. Having the chance to share in something that Natsuki has never shared before, knowing that I may have brought about a positive change in someone's life is a good feeling. It's funny now to think that I didn't even want to be in this club at first. I wonder what my second week will bring. I've seen... You've seen mine. It's only fair if I see yours. We are still talking about manga, right? God damn. This reminds me of it too. All you have to do is make the other three girls like you. Restart the game and dedicate one poem to each... Oh! Okay, so... That's about it. It's not hard as it sounds, you only need 3 or 4 words for each girl in each poem. Oh. If they all like you, Monica will surely take notice of your popularity. Good luck. I won't do Monica's road yet. The next one will be Yuri. And it will be for the next episode. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed the others. Leave a like, comment down below what you thought of it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See you on the flip side. Goodbye, pal.